Matteo, thank you for joining us.
No, thank you for having me here, Geronimo.
How's it going, brother?
Everything good. And you?
Good. So, assistant coach at FIU, right?
Correct.
For the ones who don't know, FIU, the Florida International University, is maybe one of the top university here in South Florida, maybe one of the best in the United States. I'm talking about the academic level, right? But how is it in the soccer level? What can you tell us about it?
No, even the soccer level is very good level. Probably.
Yeah, well, you must say that, right?
I have to. No, but honestly, like I played here, now I coach here. Very good level compared to a good fourth division in Europe, almost a professional level, I would say, in Europe. It's for sure the best, in my opinion, in South Florida. We compare ourselves with the UCF, which is in Orlando, USF in Tampa. We had a very good success in the last years as a D1 soccer team. We kind of bring FIU on the radar in general in the United States, and now everyone knows who we are because in the previous years we won some trophies and we were able to put our name into the map.
How would you define the soccer culture? I say soccer because here in the United States they call it soccer, but you're from Italy, so
yes.
We can call it football, right?
Football.
Okay, so calcio.
Calcio,
okay.
Correct, bravo.
So how is the culture of football, of soccer in the Florida International University?
It's growing, like in the United States in general. It's a developing sports. I think, especially in South Florida, where there are a lot of South Americans people, it's probably the most followed sports. And even on campus, you can feel that. On campus at FIU, you can see when the team does well, people come to our games, and there is passion, So.
Wait. So when the team is not going so well, you don't see
a little bit less.
Well, that's different from our countries, right?
Yeah, that's true. In Italy or in Argentina.
What is your team in Italy?
Yeah, Juventus.
Yeah. Okay. La vecchia signora.
La vecchia signora.
Okay.
Sì.
Okay. I'm from Racing in Argentina.
Nice.
So you were born in Italy, right?
Correct.
How did you end up playing in the American system, soccer system?
It's a long story. I played for Atalanta. Then I had a bad injury. I moved to another city where I signed a contract for 3 years, but the club went bankrupt. So I had to readapt a little bit my plans. And that's where I started to study in Italy. And then when I started studying, I received the offers from agencies that were offering me to go to the United States. I didn't know what it was, but I was interested, and I decided to look into it. After a while, I understood it was a very good opportunity, so I said, you know what, I'm going there. So.
And why the United States? I understand there was an offer on your table,
correct.
Right? But why the United States? Why not? I don't know.
Because I wanted to study and play soccer together, which is probably the only place in the world where you can do that at a high level is here in the United States. So in Division 1, you can play a very high level of soccer, and at the same time, you can study in a very good school like FIU. So that was the thing that, like, for me was the most interesting. And I believe also all the players that come from Europe or South America, they want to do that. They want to do studying and playing soccer at a high level.
Mm-hmm. Would you say that the academies in the United States are a good option for the young players in Europe?
100%. Wow. I think so. Yeah.
Because most of the people would say or would think maybe the United States or they have this idea of the United States 20 years ago, right?
Correct. I had the same idea.
Too?
I had the same idea, and then when I came here, I understood.
Was it hard to explain to maybe your family that they invested so much money in you, and even your friends that were playing? You played where? Atalanta.
Atalanta, correct.
You must have played with the famous players like
Papu Gomez, Argentino, Maxi Morales, Argentina.
Maxi Morales, but Italian players too.
Italian players, Bastoni, Locatelli, Donnarumma, in Italian national team.
For you, it was a big change, right?
Yeah, big change.
But it was good.
It was worth it. Absolutely.
You got You couldn't imagine what were these type of academies?
No,
here?
I could never, because it's so far from Europe or South America that you kind of have to come and and see with your eyes, you know. But definitely it was worth it. It changed my mind. It changed my perspective of everything. I learned 2 new languages, Spanish and English, coming to Miami. So best choice of my life. I always say that.
How different is here when it's about the young players that start a career in professional soccer? Because, you know, maybe in our countries at 15, 16, if they're good, they're already playing at the first team,
Correct,
right?
correct.
But here in the US, you have this different things that, for example, if there's a good player but he's in the university, maybe his first match with a team is at, I don't know,
23, 22, yeah, correct. It's very different. It's very different. We are used to 16 years old playing the first team. I myself, I was in Atalanta first team at 16 and a half, and I was practicing, and I was in the roster of first division in Italy. So definitely it's a different environment. Everything works differently. Players go through college and then go to MLS. They get drafted. All the system is completely different. Even there is no relegation. It's everything is completely different. But there is opportunity to become a pro here as well. Yeah.
And from your perspective, is this too late for the players in the US to wait until they graduate from a university?
No, absolutely no. I don't think so. Even because you play soccer at a high level while you study, so it's not like you lose time, you know. But you actually get better, you improve, and then you get ready for a USL One, a USL Championship, or a MLS if you are very good and you get drafted.
You're not only a coach; you are a recruiter too, right?
Yes.
How is that part of the story?
Yeah, it's in my job includes a lot of things.
Okay.
I have to coach, I have to do set pieces, I have to organize the team events, travel. I have to do a lot of recruiting as well. So that's probably one of the most favorite part of my job, being able to watch players on the computer and then maybe travel there and see them in person in America, but also like in Europe. I go to Italy a lot, obviously, South America. So it's nice to have this kind of responsibility, because I like to discover talents and bring it here at FIU. That's very nice. I like it.
What do you look for when you are recruiting a player?
Talent first. Then, obviously, the game is been changing in the last 10, 15 years. It became very physical as well. So we need players that can adapt to college soccer, which is very intense, very physical, and requires a good structure and a good, players needs to be ready for high intensity for 90 minutes. So talent, physicality, and the third thing, but it's not third in the list, it's very important, is the mentality.
The IQ, for example.
The IQ,
How do you evaluate that?
It's hard, obviously. Obviously, the best thing is going to watch a game and see how players, for example, reacts to bad. Imagine he has a bad plays, how does he react? You know, imagine he makes 2 mistakes. Is he complaining, is putting his head down, or is up and communicating with his teammates? You know, that's for me a big green flag. If it's the opposite, you make a mistake and you complain, you go on the ground, you talk to your teammates and you say, hey, you should have done this. For me, that's a red flag. So that's for sure IQ, and more than IQ, I would say like mentality. Are you willing to overcome bad situation, or you are suffering the bad moment? You understand like what I mean?
And you travel a lot, right? That's what you were saying.
Yeah, I do. Especially now, I'm gonna go, even December, I'm gonna go to Europe. Yes, I do.
Do you scout the players yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, we have agents that work with us, so we are 3 in the staff that we receive continuously profiles. Every day, imagine you have agents that send you players and say, this guy is good, take this guy. Every day I have like 30 emails or agents that text me, take a look at this guy. I obviously try to take a look at all of them, and then I decide who are the ones that I want to go see in person. I want to have conversation with these guys. I want to see how does he respond to my question during the interviews, you know. So it's a long process. The recruiting process is long and complicated, but it's also very fun. I like it.
And how would you define the Florida level compared to another states? And, I mean, you travel a lot.
Yeah.
You must see a lot.
Yeah.
And well, there are a bunch of good soccer academies.
Yeah.
For not saying great soccer, or the best one maybe here in the South Florida.
Yeah.
So how is it that level?
Compared to other states in the US or other countries? US. Okay, in the US.
First in this country.
I think it's one of the best states, Florida. I lived also in California. I know over there, for me it's even higher. It's a very good level in California. I remember I coached and played for University of San Diego, and every year you can discover good players for a top D1 team. In Florida, it's a little bit like it's still a good level, but a little bit more difficult for us to find like very good quality players for FIU that are ready from day one to impact our games. You know what I mean? In California, I saw players coming from academies to D1 top level and be impactful immediately. So good level, one of the best states in the US for sure.
Mm-hmm. And inside FIU, how many? How is it compared the level here from the academies to other countries?
A little bit lower for sure. I think in Italy is the best example I can give you. I think there is.
You know that from the first hand.
Exactly, for the first hand. But even Germany, France, I know pretty well. The level is high. Here, the thing is, players sometimes they have like. Sometimes in Europe you have either you play soccer or like you don't have a plan B. You know what I mean? Here, players obviously. Sometimes they have like, oh, I can play soccer, but I might also do that. You know, they have more options. Sometimes even in South America, either you play or you you have less options.
In your case, I can imagine being at the university, you can provide this opportunity to players that maybe don't have the money to afford to
exactly to come here and study, right?
Yeah,
exactly. So at times when I go watch the academies in the US, I feel like these guys, they are not very hungry, you know. Sometimes I think like they could be a little bit more desperate to get to that level. I remember when I was young, I had like teammates that were desperate to become pro, and most of the time they did become pro, you know. If they get lucky, they don't get injuries, if everything obviously goes their way as well.
And why do you think that is happening here?
Why do you think it's not happening, or why?
No, this lack of hunger to play.
I think also like it's a wealthy country, you know, like there is more money. Players sometimes, first of all, it's a pay-to-play country, you know. So every academy.
So you need money to play.
Yeah, you need money to play first of all, right?
Okay. How much we're talking about?
I mean, there are some academies I know like at least like 2,000-3,000 a year, you know, like in Italy. It's for me it was free since I was 8 years old because they selected me.
Because you were saying, oh, this is a wealthy country, but I was thinking about the cases as I don't know, immigrants that come here and they have this soccer culture, and they must be willing to put their sons to play or daughters to play football, but maybe they don't have enough money, right?
Yeah, so it's
not like in Argentina that you find any place and they play and if they're good, Boca River is going to come for them.
Correct.
Got it.
So you gotta have like parents do a lot of sacrifices sometimes, especially immigrants, to try to give the players an opportunity, right? In other countries is easier because they come see you and they say, okay, come play for my club. So it's a little bit different. I think like there is more hunger, like they are more hungry in Argentina, a little bit in Italy, you know. Here, like the players that really want it, they're good and they have success as well. But overall, there is a little bit more of, they are more like comfortable, you know what I mean? They are more like, I'm going to play, then I'm going home, I'm doing my other stuff. You know, in Italy, sometimes you play only soccer. You have only soccer in your mind. You want to go pro soccer player, you want to be pro, and you don't have anything else in your mind other than playing soccer 10 hours a day, maybe. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Here, schools, like it's a country that gives you so many opportunities that sometimes, I wouldn't say you have too many, but you have multiple options, you know? Yeah. Rather than in Argentina or other places where that's the only opportunity you might have, maybe, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about FIU, because you were telling us in Italy you have this, in Argentina you have that, and I think most of the players are from that country, right? Are from Argentina, in Italy from Italy. But here in the United States, you have people from all over the world, right?
Correct.
How is it in FIU?
Oh, we are, I think out of 27 players, we have probably 5 Americans and 22 internationals.
Where?
From everywhere, from Italy, from France, South America, Belgium, England. So it's even when I was playing, I remember coach told me, look guys, we have 18 different countries in this team, and we speak something like 12 different languages.
Okay, you as an assistant coach must be practicing a lot, right?
Yeah,
What
so
do you speak?
Italian, English and Spanish for now.
Spanish?
Yeah,
¿Español también?
También español, sí.
Okay, oh, mira, y
¿Vamos a hablar?
hablas con cada jugador, le vas diciendo, you're talking to each of the players like on their own language, if you speak their language?
I try, but obviously con los jugadores que hablan español, pruebo a hablar español con ellos, y especialmente los mexicanos, los españoles, porque tenemos españoles también de España, y para mí es un placer aprender este idioma y llevarlo a practicar todos los días con los jugadores también.
¿Cuántas aplicaciones reciben por año? How many applications you receive per year from players that want to play at FIU?
Demasiado. Yo creo que todos los días recibo como 30 emails per día de jugadores que quieren jugar a FIU, ¿entiendes? Y eso es solo los emails que recibo de jugadores individualmente. Después todos los jugadores que los agentes me pasan todos los días. Entonces yo creo que, no sé, demasiados jugadores quieren venir aquí desde todo el mundo. Yo recibo aplicaciones de Europa, South America, Asia. Todo el mundo sabe de la NCAA y de FIU. Todo quiere venir. Yo creo que tenemos un potencial muy alto porque vivimos en Miami. La FIU es una buena universidad en una buenísima ciudad. Entonces es muy atractiva por todos los jugadores, todo el mundo. Venir aquí en Miami, estudiar, es un sueño, ¿entiendes? Fue un sueño para mí desde Italia e imagino que es un sueño para todo el mundo.
Okay, now let's switch
back
to English.
Back to English, let's do it.
So, what competitions does FIU participate in?
So, we compete in American Atlantic Conference, which is one of the, I would say, 25 conferences that there are in NCAA Division I. It works like this. When you win your conference, you go to the NCAA Finals, which is all the best teams in the NCAA, all right? So every team that won their own conference, then they go to the finals, you understand? Plus some teams that they were ranked very high and they get invited. So at the end, when you do the NCAA tournament, there are the best 30 to 40 teams in the United States, okay?
And you have different teams for each competition or no?
Yeah, you have different teams for each competition. Okay. Yeah. So basically, when you win your conference, then you go play teams of other conference, you understand?
Yeah, okay.
So you can travel somewhere else. You can travel to West Coast, you can travel to the south, to the middle of the United States. So it's very interesting when you are able to win your conference and go travel to places to try to go as far as possible in the nationals. You understand?
Yeah. But I was thinking, what is your opinion, if you have to say, like, how would you define the system that you're playing? Like, is it a good system? Is it necessary to improve at some point? If you're thinking, especially if you want to, take these players to the next level. Yeah.
No, I think it could be better. There are things that I would improve. For example, our season is super short, from August to December, and it's like we play 2-3 games a week, and then for like 6 months the players don't have games. So it's a long range of time where you don't have many opportunities to get seen. You know what I mean?
No, and I can imagine. When do you have time to go and scout players? When is it?
Yeah,
because that's yourself too. Right?
Yes, correct.
You are assisting the coach at the games, and you have to travel.
Exactly. So during the season is very hard. So I
can imagine you talk to the academies, right? You call some academies. You're in contact with some other folks. Right?
Correct. A lot of calls, and also like you try to go recruit locally, so close to Miami in this case, during the season, when we have a lot of games and you cannot really go to Europe, you know what I mean?
Do players send you like highlights videos?
Oh, a lot. Yeah.
Does that work?
That's how it works. Yeah, they send you like a brief line where they say, I am blah, 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 and they say, this is my highlight video. Please recruit me at FIU. So.
Okay. No, because I was wondering, like, what do the kids needs to know to apply for you? In this case, for the Florida International University.
Yeah.
They need to send you highlight videos.
For sure.
What else? Recommendation letters? Does that help?
I mean, obviously, if I have someone that knows you and speaks well about you, it's very good, you know? Okay. Obviously, if I have a coach, I say, hey, this guy played for me, he's really good, take a look at him. I'm more inclined to take a look at the guy, you know?
What makes an email of this type of emails make them stand out?
Obviously, like I read emails when you say like I'm all American, like I want recognition already. So it means like you already proved your level, no? That's for me a green flag where I mean, okay, this guy has already proved at that level that he can be a top player, you know. And obviously there are other players that they never played in college soccer, and then where you have to be good and see the talent before other coaches see it.
Do you use technology and data?
Oh, so much.
How does the FIU use that?
GPS data, we ask current, like every day we ask for top speed. We go on Y Scout and we see obviously what's your percentage of passes completion, what's your percentage of duel won. Data is important, statistics is important. But obviously, for me, the best is still like going in person and see and talk to the player. That's for me always the best. But we use a lot data and online systems to like make informed decision with as much information as possible.
Mm-hmm. So in our podcast in Gen FC, we try to highlight the career of these young players, especially those who are trying to get to that next level, right? At FIU or even to a professional soccer team.
100%.
As a recruiter, how do you see this? What do you think about this type of content to be available, online, on Instagram, on YouTube?
They are very good. They are very good because even myself, I try to go to talk to people, meet people. I try to as I promote myself through this, the same thing they can do the players, right? So when I do this podcast with you, now a player can see, oh, look, Coach Matteo from FIU. Now they know who is Matteo. Now they know who is FIU. So now we have more interest from the players that want to come us. Because obviously, players want to come to us, but also we want to have a good attractive to players, right? Especially for top players. We want them to come to us rather than to another university. So the same way I do it, I think is very good for the players as well to like advertise themselves.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe that there's this need of working together, like the more we can between colleges, soccer academies, like even soccer teams to get these kids that are here in the American soccer system to be seen, and because sometimes they're not seen and maybe they leave the country or they quit.
Yeah, 100%. And communication is very important for me in this, especially between coaches. For example, for me, when I see a player that I think might not be ready for FIU, I might send him to other schools, right? So he can get an opportunity, as well as I would like a coach to text me and say, look, I have this player for you, is really interesting, and then he can come to us, get seen, get on ESPN, maybe go to the finals, and then get recruited to a professional. So it's a chain. I think it's a very good thing that coaches communicate and pass players alongside to give them as many opportunities as possible.
Okay, and finally, what advice would you give to any young player who would want to apply to a university like FIU?
I would say build your resume and build your your
you can say it in Spanish. You can say it in Spanish if you don't have the word.
Para mí es mejora todos los días. Pónete en la cabeza que todos los días tiene que trabajar todos los días, especialmente en las cosas que crees que no es muy fuerte ahora, ¿entiendes? Uh-huh. Para hacer que cuando es el momento que tiene 18 años, 17 años y tiene que mandar tu profilo a un coach, tiene que hacer un profilo fuerte de un jugador pronto, ¿entiendes? Uh-huh. Entonces, if you can start as early as possible to build your profile, build your qualities, and that takes a lot of sacrifices. So off the field, try to go to sleep early, try to go eat healthy food, try to exercise every day.
The hardest part, right?
The hardest part, yes. That's where like people get lost,
But that's where also you make the difference.
That's where you make the difference. Because I promise you, sometimes we recruit players that have high talent, but they are not able to perform because they don't find a routine that can help them being successful every day. We have other players that have less talented, but every day they do their job. They stay after training, to do their treatments, they eat healthy, they go to sleep, they are focused every single moment of every single practice. So that's my suggestion for every player that wants to come to FIU or go to college. Try to give your best 100% every day to be ready when you are that age to be recruited, like to be ready, you know, to have a profile that is, okay, I'm ready to go. It's not that I need 1 or 2 years in college to figure out how is it.
Thank you, Matteo.
No, thank you, man. Thank you, Geronimo. Thank you.